It is wet, it is chilly, it's football weather. And we're underway. Brad Smith, a yard deep in the end zone. To the 20, 30, up the sideline and close to the 40-yard line before he is bumped out of bounds. Mark Sanchez, the Jets quarterback, only completing 58% of his throws, but he has been efficient. 6 touchdown passes. He's not thrown a pick entering week number 4.
You can take that completion percentage and say, compared to the 0 interceptions, it's relatively meaningless. He's been going downfield more often, more vertical, completing big throws. After the debacle in week 1, he has been a completely different quarterback in the last 2 games.
LaDainian Tomlinson gets the handoff and out to about the 45-yard line. The Jets offensive line anchored by 2-time Pro Bowl center Nick Mangold, starting and playing with a sore shoulder. And the backs and the receivers include Mark Sanchez's favorite target early on, tight end Dustin Keller, who leads the Jets in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdown catches. LT to the sideline now, and Sean Green, the second-year running back from Iowa, into the backfield. Pickup of 8 on the play, 2nd and 2. The pitch for Green. Eludes a tackle. First down yardage close to the 50-yard line. Brought down by Paul Posluszny. A look at the Buffalo defense. A new look 3-4 defense this season. They're missing Marcus Stroud at defensive end. Spencer Johnson starts for him. Key injury at linebacker. Veteran Andre Davis is out. Posluszny is back after a 2-game absence. And a big injury hits the Buffalo secondary. Terrence McGee will not play today. Leotis McKelvin replaces him at cornerback.
Really tough for Buffalo that they're missing a starter at all 3 levels. On the line, the linebacker, and in the secondary. That can be really hard to overcome.
LaDainian Tomlinson back into the lineup. Malone back behind Sanchez. And he'll get the handoff across midfield to the 47-yard line of the Buffalo Bills, where Reggie Torbor makes the stop.
Well, I don't know that there's anyone who really enjoys the game of football that hasn't enjoyed seeing LaDainian Tomlinson back to the way he looked prior to the last 2 seasons. You know, he was telling us that the first game was really my problem. I did a toe the first game a couple years ago. Last year was an ankle the first game, and never really recovered from it. He said, I haven't felt this good since 2007 physically. And he looks it.
Sanchez to throw for the first time today. Down the sideline, it is incomplete. Pass intended for Braylon Edwards, covered by Drayton Florence. It'll be 3rd and 5.
But again, that's just a good example of Mark Sanchez now a little more willing to stretch the field, try to open things up for this running game. Brian Schottenheimer, the offensive coordinator, Rex Ryan retained him when he came into New York last year, and he's got a very close relationship with Sanchez and, of course, with LT, who he was on the staff with out in San Diego.
Jets greatly improved on 3rd down the last couple of weeks from the shotgun. Sanchez. That one is complete and to the 40, and just inside the 40-yard line is Dustin Keller, and that's 1st down for the Jets.
What a shock that he would go to Dustin Keller needing to move the chains. There's a real chemistry starting to evolve between these two, a very simple little pattern. And Keller did a good job of identifying where the sticks were, ran a pattern just long enough to move the chains. Keller and Sanchez spent time together, well, every day together, basically, in the offseason. Keller even went to California to work with Sanchez. It shows.
And now the Jets go to their Wildcat offense called the Seminoles. Smith, the pitch to Tomlinson, and Tomlinson, 1st down yardage inside the 30 to about the 27. Paul Posluszny again in on the tackle, but another fine game on the ground by the Jets.
Well, and it all starts with a great read here by Brad Smith, because he's going to force the issue. There's Kelce right in his face. He makes sure that Kelce is close enough to him that when he pitches around him, he's not a factor in chasing Tomlinson. And when you put the ball in the hands of a guy like Brad Smith, a former college quarterback, he can make a lot of things happen. And he can make it happen by keeping it himself. He's a threat.
Terrific block by Tony Richardson.
he had a good block out for that. Was just a beautifully designed play. It's a counter action, starts to the left, comes back. He's got John Connor, his fullback, right out in front of him. He puts Kelsey on the ground, and then it's up to Tomlinson. But a beautifully designed play. John Connor, who, Rex Ryan says, he kind of came out of the TV show with the nickname Terminator, but I'm calling him Concrete. He is Concrete Connor as far as I'm concerned.
Tomlinson in motion. Sanchez. Tomlinson bumped out of bounds just short of the goal line. And I mean just short by Jairus Byrd.
I would think right about now the Bills are second-guessing themselves about their decision when they won the toss to defer and go ahead and kick off to the Jets. Puts it right on the hip of Tomlinson. LT actually looked like his right foot stepped out of bounds back up around the 4-yard line.
Tomlinson and Richardson, first and goal. LT, touchdown. LaDainian Tomlinson, his second rushing touchdown of the season.
Well, this crowd here at Ralph Wilson Stadium coming out here, another sellout to support an 0-3 team. This was not the start that they wanted to see. You had a chance to get the ball. Take a look at that. He passed the great Tony Dorsett, moves into 7th place all time. LaDainian Tomlinson, they're already starting to get the dimensions for his bust in Canton, Ohio.
With Folks extra point, he is good. LaDainian Tomlinson's 155th career touchdown. He's number 3 all time. And the Jets with a 7-0 lead. The Buffalo Bills won the toss. They said, we'll kick. The Jets said, thank you, and went 63 yards in 9 plays for the LaDainian Tomlinson touchdown. Short kick. And the ball is loose at the 40-yard line. A couple of Jets say they've got it.
And they do.
And they do.
Mike Westhoff, the special teams coach, the master, the guru. It looked like the Bills were going to end up with awesome field position, a relatively easy kick to handle.
Until number 93, Chris Ellis,
well,
linebacker, came down with the football.
Well, that's the whole thing. You put a pooch kick like that into the hands of someone who's not used to handling the football. He's looking upfield and never is able to secure the ball. You kick it to that mid-level. His position on the kickoff return is as a blocker, not a ball handler. And boy, did that work out for the Jets.